Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Lost in the Forest. And here's her story. Hi, Ollie. We spoke in chat, and here is the story. I am no contact with my narc mother and sister since last fall. So far, so good. However, I just recently found out that my narc sister, who can't seem to keep her nose out of anyone's business, has decided to befriend on Facebook my daughter-in-law's sister. My husband and I have separately tried to inform them of what my side of the family was like. However, I do not think that they cared or took us seriously. I made many attempts face-to-face with my daughter-in-law to let her know about my family, but while she seemed to sympathize, I could not help but see her eyes roll as if to think, oh no, not again. Somehow my gut feeling told me this was not taken seriously. In the beginning, when my stepson was dating my now daughter-in-law, there was a misunderstanding about her, and she and I made our peace and understood why we felt the way we did. So naturally, I thought all was forgiven. I keep hearing from my narc sister and mother about how wonderful and great she was, and it was as if my narc mom and sister kept wanting to throw the past up in my face. When I told her that was so long ago and we already did make our peace, they still kept up with their shit, so I ignored them. Now that I have had a blissful few months of no contact, I hear from my husband how my narc sister has befriended my daughter-in-law's sister on Facebook. I know my sister well enough that when she does anything, it is never for any good. My narc sister even tried twice to drive a wedge between my husband and I with false accusations about me. She went into my husband's business and told my husband that I hacked into his computer, which I did not. Well, he told me that he became angry with her and told her that we respect each other's privacy, and he stuck up for me, saying that I would never do that. Good for him. I laughed and said she is giving me too much credit. I'm not computer savvy. It shocked me that she would stoop so low, trying to what I believe was break up my marriage of over 20 years. Now, this was another reason I went no contact with her, among so many reasons. I would never do that to her marriage. I feel that her infringing on my husband's side of the family, which she feels entitled to do, is going to cause all sorts of troubles when my husband gets older and passes on before me, God forbid. You guessed it, my sister is a baby boomer. She has not made any contact with me either, as now she knows she can probably get all the dirt through my daughter-in-law's sister. My husband was divorced 8 years before he met me, so I was never the other woman, and for that, my stepkids and I always had a good relationship. But lately I feel that the stepson and daughter-in-law seemed non-pulsed by all this. The more I try to explain to them about my situation with my sister, the more they seem disinterested, saying very little to show their support to me. Oh yes, they pay me lip service, but nothing more. You see, I never had biological children and used to feel close to both my stepdaughter and stepson. And I love those kids as I love my own. Yeah, but do they love you? You know, you don't have any other children. He has a mother. So he's not necessarily going to hold you into the regard that he holds his mother. I don't know, and I don't know what the deal is with her. I mean, I don't hear anything that there's a bad relationship between him and his mother. So it's a tough position that you're in because you didn't have any kids. So you kind of co-opted his kids as your own, but it doesn't sound like his kids co-opted you as their mother at all. And based on the misunderstanding you already had conflict with them. They don't see you as, it doesn't sound like they see you as you see yourself to them. It's not equal. And that's on your husband. That's your husband's responsibility. It's your husband's responsibility to tell his son, listen, your wife's sister is being disrespectful to my wife by hanging around that woman. You and your wife are being disrespectful. That's your husband's job, to make his son understand why it's disrespectful to you, to his wife. I know my sister's lies and damage, and I fear that she can persuade them against me, as I feel she may be doing now by their indifference to the situation. Since I am in no contact with my sister and my daughter-in-law's sister-in-law, I do not see each other or communicate. I just do not know how to handle this. My husband is just learning about narc behavior and still does not get it yet. I have done everything I could to stay away from my narc family, but I do not feel that my stepson or his wife give a crap and only just pay lip service when we try to tell him about my narc sister. I am now wondering if I should go no contact with my stepson and wife as well as their children. I am a grandmother. My young grandchildren would never see me again, and I would hate for that to happen. And I would feel that my sister had done her dirty work that way as well. But if I continue to see the grandkids, it would happen. It would be like negating everything, tried to protect myself, and would be like saying the whole family, go ahead and walk on me and communicate with my narc family. Yeah. Because here's the question you have to ask your stepson. If it was his own mother and aunt in that situation, would he do it? No. They're telling you, I mean, you're calling these kids your grandkids, but they're not treating you as a grandmother. And what's really concerning me is that you're worried what's going to happen if your husband dies first. Like, you have no ability to take care of yourself. I mean, it sounds like you're almost depending on these people to take care of you. And it doesn't sound like there's any reason why, like, you should just be, if your husband were to, God forbid, pass away tomorrow, why would these people just be able to control you like that? Doesn't your husband, it's set up between you and your husband that you'd be taken care of? I call my sister the bulldozer because she just bulldozes over everyone and everything. I had my husband stay on her Facebook page so that if I knew what her drama shit is going to be, I can be ready for it. But even now, I wonder if he should just also go no contact with her. Yeah, cut her off. See, here's the problem too. You're lingering in on this bullshit. You're hovering around it. And if you're going to cut her off, you got to cut her off. That doesn't mean your husband stays friends with her on Facebook. She's going to shit talk you no matter what you do. You can't control that. You can't control that. The only thing you can control is who you allow into your life based off of it. So if that means you got to put your foot down, okay, with your daughter-in-law's sister, because that's where it starts. It starts with the sister. Because everything's removed by 6 degrees here. And, you could be a little I mean, I understand what your sister is trying to do, because there's no reason to be friends with somebody's sister, like your sister, your daughter-in-law's sister, and yeah, we know what she's up to. We know what she's up to. But the fact that you're burning so much energy and time on this is exactly what your sister wants. They want you to obsess over this shit. They want you to obsess over it, where you should just be cutting it clean. Here's the deal. You continue to have contact with her because she's an evil fucking cunt and I want nothing to do with her and she's out to just screw me over. You're not welcome around me. Because you don't treat me like... And what you really need to ask yourself here, okay, is... Because you keep calling him like your son... even your stepson. You're calling these kids your grandkids. Is that how they feel about you? Is that how your son-in-law, your son and daughter, your stepson and daughter-in-law feel about you, that you're the grandmother? Where's his mother? Because he has a mother. They have a grandmother, and I'm not trying to take anything away from you, but the reality, I'm trying to see what the reality of your situation is, because it doesn't sound like they respect you as a mother figure, as a stepmother, as a grandmother. They don't respect you. And that's on your husband. Technically, I think of him being on our page is not going to benefit either one of us. He told me that 43 friends responded to her latest drama post, and I told my husband, unless you read she is dead or coming over to my house, I don't want to hear any more of what she says. I recently dropped a friend who told me that I should not tell my husband or my stepkids who they can and can't communicate with. I believe my last words before I hung up on the phone was "up yours." I love my husband, but his kids can do no wrong, and I wonder just how much of an effort he put into talking with his son about my situation. I'm about ready to give up on all of them. I am starting to think that being a grandpa means more to him than me, and I'm just an outsider of his family after all. That's what I was trying to tell you earlier. This is the reality I was trying to... You're an outsider. He's treating you as an outsider. And that's all on your husband. That is all on your husband. Period. Let's face it, they're not your grandkids. They don't treat you like they're your grand. They wouldn't allow his mother to be treated like this, I'm sure. My problem is that I just do not have a game plan at this moment. Ollie, thank you so much for reading this, and if you wish to use this in your video, then just have me signed in as Wandering Lost in the Forest. P.S. I hope that you're feeling better. Please let me know if you got this letter. Wish you and your wife and cat family well, from one cat lover to another. I have always appreciated your videos. If it were not for you, who knows where I would be now. Again, thank you so much. Sincerely, Lost in the Forest. You have to come to this realization here. Okay? You're not one of them. You're an outsider. You have to come to the reality that you are an outsider to that family. And that's your husband's fault. Bottom line, that is all on your husband. Because if he went to his son and said, "Knock the shit off," I guarantee it would stop. I guarantee it would stop. But your husband likes to keep you, it seems like he likes to keep you in this little kind of manic position because it weakens you. That's why he comes and runs and tells you everything that's going on your sister's Facebook page. They keep you manic. They keep you off balance. They keep you in this state. He wants to keep you in this state because you're easier to control. You're easier to control when you feel like an outsider. Bottom line. So what you need to do is you need to step up to your husband and say, under no uncertain terms is this to continue. You will tell your son, because from what you told me in chat, he has no problem telling his son other things in the past, does he? Does he? That if the sister-in-law continues the relationship with your sister, there will be consequences to be paid. Period. Period. And you're going to make it in uncertain tone. You're going to stay off her page. And you're going to have my back. Okay, because you've left me as a fucking outsider in this family. While I've treated your children like they are my own and grandchildren like they are my own, your family has not returned the favor. And that, my friend, is all on you. How long you been married? I'm sure he would be real nervous if he heard the divorce word, huh? 50-50 split will wake him up real quick, don't you think? Just saying. So, understand when you're the outsider in the narcissistic family. They do that to keep you off balance, to keep you under control. And that's all your husband. So, I hope that helps. Thank you so much for your contribution and your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comments section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it growing, supported, and funded, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you guys. Without you guys, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, or even a political video, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.